With Predibase, you can train, fine tune, and deploy any machine learning model very easily. Behind the scene, they use Ludwig version zero point 0.8, which is an open source toolkit to build and fine tune LLMs. There is a complete tutorial on their website, and I will drop the link in video's description. But the beauty of this Predibase is that fine tuning a model or deploying it has become very, very simple. The best thing about Predibase, which I have found so far and I'm still exploring, is that you just pick up any base model such as Llama 2, and then you provide it your own data set, and then you can easily train it. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that very easily with a Colab notebook provided by the Predibase. So on your screen, you can see that I am on that notebook. And in this example, what we are going to do, we are going to use Llama to 7 billion parameter model, and we will fine tune it with our own data set. And for data set, we'll be using Alpaca. To keep things simple and short, we'll be choosing 4-bit quantization, which means just to reduce the size of the overall stuff. Now, for this notebook, we are going to use the GPU runtime. So either go to top right, click on this downward arrow, or you could go to this runtime and then click on change runtime. Make sure that T4 GPU is selected, save if you have just changed it. And then as a first step, we need to install Ludwig, which I told you is an open source toolkit to fine tune the LLMs. Let me run it. Yeah, run anyway. It's running as you can see here. Let's wait for it to finish. Ludwig and other modules are installed. As a second step, we need to set our Hugging Face API token. If you don't have it, go to Hugging Face website, and then in website, click on your profile on top right. From there, click on settings. Once you click on setting, it will take you to this screen. On the left hand side, click on access tokens and generate a new token or use existing one by clicking on this copy button. I already have obtained it, and this is my token. Let's run it so that it will import the OS module and set our Hugging Face token. Okay, now in the next step, we need to set some configuration. In this configuration, we are telling this Ludwig that after importing the YAML library, of course, that the model type will be LLM, which means that we are going to do generative AI tasks. We are giving it the base model which we are using. You can use any one of your choice. From Hugging Face quantization, we are just telling it we are doing 4-bit this time. Adapter because we are trying to speed up this and the performance of fine tuning. So we will be using low rank adaptation or LoRa. And this is a prompt temp format which is required by our model. So we have given it here, which is on the basis of instruction and response. The input is this prompt and output is this type will be text. And then we are just setting some trainer parameters, just leave them as default, and then pre-processing ratio will be simply zero point 0.1 as a default. And then we are loading that string. So let's run it. That's done. Okay, now the fun starts. We are actually training our base model, which was Llama 2. So if you recall, in this previous step, we have set this base model as Llama. And now what we are going to do, we are going to train this Llama model on our own data set. You can have your own data set, but in this one, I'm using the Ludwig's sample data set, which is Alpaca, and we are going to train it by using this Ludwig model API. So let's run it. And then once it finishes training it, it will print the result. Shouldn't take too long, so let's wait for it to finish. Unfortunately, the command failed because my access to this Meta Llama 27B is still awaiting review from the repo authors. And I again checked, and it seems that is the case, as you can see on Hugging Face website. But anyway, you got the idea that how you can train the model on the basis of your own data set. I have tried various things, but it seems until and unless I get the approval from the repo authors, only then I will be able to access it. But anyway, you can see how simple it is to use a base model, and then use your own data set to train that model by using this Ludwig. As I mentioned, I will drop the link to this in video description so that you can explore along. I'll be creating more videos around Ludwig and this Predibase, because I think that this is the future where you can not only build models in minute, but you can also fine tune without fuss and knowing much low level details, and then you can deploy it like a pro, which is a huge thing. One of the great thing which I found out about is this. Let me show you. Click on try Predibase, and then it will take you to the free trial page. Let it load. Sometimes it takes a bit of a time. Okay, so on this one you can see not only you can deploy it on Predibase's own cloud, where you don't have to do anything and you don't need any credit card, which is a great thing, and you can sign up for 14 days. Other option is to deploy it in your own VPC, which is AWS Virtual Network, and by doing that you would have sole control on your data, your model, and you won't have to share it with anyone else. So I think this is the option which might be used by huge companies. So this is it, guys. I hope that you like it. If you have any comment, please put them down this video, and if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you.